What's up, guys? Welcome back, and we are finally here with Season 4 of Pokemon Go, the Season of Mischief, with Hoopa's Arrival, Psychic Spectacular, Oshawa Community Day, Fashion Week, Secrets of the Jungle tie-in, Niantic's Birthday, Duskull Community Day, Safari Zone, Liverpool, England, Halloween 2021, Creepy Companions, Halloween 2021, Ghoulish Pals, Halloween Raid Weekend, Safari Zone, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, Day of the Dead, Festival of Lights, Team Go Rocket Takeover, Safari Zone, St. Louis, Missouri, Pokemon Brilliant Diamond Celebration, Pokemon Shining Pearl Celebration, Shinx Community Day, Ed Sheeran Collaboration, and Mischief Unbound. Let's go. Hoopa's Arrival. Pros: the introduction of Professor Willow Investigations, the debut of Hoopa, Collection Challenge. Unlike other Incense Days, the event had wild spawns too. It was the first Incense Day, technically, to have 1 hour represent 2 types. A new page in Misunderstood Mischief was released. Litwick, Galarian Ponyta, Golett, Tyranitar were spawning and they are rare, and the Hoopa Sky was visible during the event. But Hoopa was part of the Collection Challenge, forcing players to complete the research during the event, and there were no new shinies. Psychic Spectacular. Pros: the debut of Inkay, Drowsy was spawning a lot and that could be shiny Ditto. A new page in Misunderstood Mischief was released, Inkay's unique evolution method was implemented, but there were no new shinies, which there was absolutely no excuse of. And players who had devices that didn't have gyroscopes could not get Malamar. Oshawa Community Day. Pros: the release of Shiny Oshawott. Oshawott was greatly shiny boosted. D-Watt evolved during event hours, became Samurott with the exclusive move Hydro Cannon. And Samurott evolved after the event, got the new move Razor Shell. And there was nothing wrong about this Community Day. Fashion Week. Pros: the debut of Streakang Sneasel, Necktie Blitzel, and Bo Butterfree, the introduction of Form Changing, the release of Shiny Blitzel, the return of Backwards Cap Krogunk, Top Hat Curlia, Top Hat Shinx, and Bo Smoochum. A new page Misunderstood Mischief was released, the debut of Meloetta for Everyone, and the debut of Furfrou. The cons is that none of the custom Pokemon could evolve, including Blitzel, so technically you couldn't get shinies of Strika. Also, to make Furfrou change, you needed 25 Furfrou candy and 10,000 dust. And most of Furfrou's forms are regional, and also, the Heart Trim was nowhere to be found. Secrets of the Jungle tie-in. Pros: the debut of Zarude, the return of Explorer Pikachu, Rufflet was in raids, field research tasks, and was shiny boosted. Special research, the return of Jesse and James, the return of Shadow Shiny Scyther and Shadow Shiny Pinsir, Dwebble was spawning a lot and that could be shiny Ditto, and Larvitar was spawning and that is rare. A lot more wasted opportunities for shinies happened, and most of the featured spawns could not be shiny. Niantic's Birthday. Yes, Niantic is a Libra, just like me. Pros: a free box was available in the shop which contained 50 Pokeballs, a Charged TM, a Fast TM, and a Lucky Egg. Cons: nothing in particular. Yes, I am counting this one. Duskull Community Day. Pros: Duskull was greatly shiny boosted. Dusclops evolved during event hours, became Dusknoir with the exclusive move Shadow Ball, and a 3x Cat Stardust, which was nice. Duskull, the only con is that Duskull is not a new shiny, and is in fact one of the first shinies to come out. You'll get your redemption soon, Litwick. Safari Zone, Liverpool, England. Pros: everything that was able to be shiny was greatly shiny boosted. Relicanth was appearing globally. We got the double candy bonuses because it tied into the Halloween event. Most Pokemon could be shiny. Special research, 2K eggs had 2K, 5K, 10K hatches. Unknowns E, I, L, U, and O were spawning. And a special research had a guaranteed shiny Chinchou encounter. The cons here go for all 3 Safari Zones during this season. It's the fact that when Safari Zones came back after being on hiatus because of COVID, they did not redistribute tickets, which was kind of dumb. Very bad for business. Halloween 2021 Creepy Companions. Pros: the release of Shiny Spinarak, the debut of Halloween Mischief Pikachu, Halloween Mischief Piplup, and Halloween Mischief Drifblim, the return of Galarian and regular Yamask. Special research, a new page in Misunderstood Mischief was released. Drowsy, Ghastly, and Stunky were spawning and they could be Ditto. Double Catch Candy and Double Candy Period. And the return of the Lavender Town remix, which is an absolute bop. Halloween 2021 Ghoulish Pals. The debut of Phantump and Pumpkaboo. Collection Challenge. New Misunderstood Mischief page. The debut of Mega Absol, the return of Darkrai. Darkrai caught during the event had the exclusive move Sludge Bomb. The introduction of Pumpkaboo sizes. Litwick was spawning. Double Catch Candy, Hatch Candy, and Transfer Candy. Only this time there were no new shinies, and Spinarak wasn't spawning anymore, so players had limited time to hunt for the shiny. Halloween Raid Weekend. Pros: Mega Absol and Darkrai were appearing much more frequently in raids. Cons: nothing in particular. Safari Zone, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. The return of Safari Hat Pikachu, Mr. Mime, Heatmore, and Throw were spawning globally. Litwick and Bronzor were spawning and they are rare. Unknowns P, H, I, L, A, D, and E were spawning. Most things featured could be shiny, and special research gave players a guaranteed shiny Voltorb. The con is that Niantic made a decision that was very bad for business, basically. I'll just leave it at that. Day of the Dead. Pros: a big one is that Yamask was spawning outside of October for the first time ever, and this is the first Day of the Dead event to happen globally. Collection Challenge had very good rewards. 2 times Stardust bonus combined with Sableye spawns. Alolan Marowak was spawning and that is shiny boosted and rare. And Umbreon can now be shiny in the wild. But trainers in Latin America and the Caribbean got 4 times the bonuses we did. Festival of Lights. Pros: the debut of Dedenne. A new page of Misunderstood Mischief was released. The return of Cobalion, Terrakion, and Virizion. Friendship levels increased twice as fast. Litwick and Darumaka were spawning. Blitzel was spawning without the costume this time. Fireworks were visible in the sky during the event. Most things featured couldn't be shiny, and there were no new shinies, period. This, in my opinion, was when they should have dropped Shiny Blitzel. It would have made much more sense. Team Go Rocket Takeover. Pros: the release of Shiny Vullaby, the return of Giovanni, the debut of new Shadow Pokemon, the return of Shadow Shiny Grimer, the release of Shadow Shiny Nidoran Female and Shadow Shiny Gligar, the last page in Misunderstood Mischief was released, and the debut of Shadow Lugia. Cons: nothing in particular. Usually Team Rocket events are pretty good, so there's rarely things wrong with them. Safari Zone, St. Louis, Missouri. Pros: the return of Safari Hat Pikachu. Most things featured could be shiny. Lunatone, Chatot, and Throw were spawning globally. Ferocity was spawning and that is rare. Special research gave players a guaranteed shiny Teddiursa. But business was not booming for Pokemon Go. I know, Spider-Verse meme. Pokemon Brilliant Diamond Celebration. Pros: most things featured could be shiny. The debut of Sinnoh starters wearing Lucas and Dawn's hats. Scyther and Larvitar were spawning, and they are rare. Mime Jr. was available globally via eggs. Shieldon was in field research, collection challenge. Cranidos and Gimmel were in raids. But there were no new shinies, which they should have dropped shiny Starly here. Pokemon Shining Pearl Celebration. Pros. Most things featured could be shiny. Bagon was spawning, and that is rare. Cranidos was in field research, and Shieldon and Gible were in raids. No new shinies again, unfortunately. Shinx Community Day. Pros. Shinx was greatly shiny boosted. Shinx was appearing in the wild for the very first time. Luxio evolved during event hours, became Luxray with exclusive move Psychic Fangs. Shinx is a very sought after shiny, and the introduction of the move Psychic Fangs. Cons. Nothing in particular. Best Community Day in 2021, hands down. Ed Sheeran collaboration. Pros. The return of Sunglasses Squirtle. Ed Sheeran did an actual performance for Pokemon Go. Ed Sheeran sang Perfect, Bad Habits, Overpass Graffiti, Thinking Out Loud, First Times, and Shivers from his new album. Ed Sheeran's exclusive performance was able to be seen from the in-game news, and Overpass Graffiti was playing every night in Pokemon Go for the rest of the season. Nothing in particular for cons. Mischief Unbound. Pros. The debut of Hoopa Unbound. The event had unique raid hours and spotlight hours that occur during each day of the event rather than their usual weekdays. Spotlight hours included Rattata, Sableye, Pikachu, and Beldum. The return of Articuno, Zapdos, Moltres, Heatran, Regirock, Registeel, Regice, and the Swords of Justice. Those who completed Misunderstood Mischief got access to the new special research, and even those who couldn't complete Misunderstood Mischief were able to access the research by paying $5, which would change based on what country's currency you have. Cons. Nothing in particular. This season, in my opinion, was kind of weak. I was hoping for more out of it, but hopefully next season's a little better. So yeah, that's all for now. Bye-bye.